Guys, it's finally time. There is a whole lot of BS that I have not told y'all about, and I kept on making lives of BS. But here, this is the real recap and the final. This'll be the exact last, and when I say the last time that I will ever mention these fuckers. Because there's a whole lot of bullshit that I have not told y'all about. And I'm gonna start all the way from the beginning. And hell no, I am not letting anyone into the stream. If Luigi asks to go into the stream, tell him no. I'm not letting him go into the stream. Because it'll just interrupt my speech and make me forget everything. So, let's go all the way back to 2021. Now, let me see. I need to show proof, so obviously I'm going to choose my tablet for this. Dang, oh, there's my volume. Alright. So, I am going through my old channel, by the way. So let's return back to, 2022, I believe. 2021. So, on February 18th, 2021, well, here's when my first channel started. And my first ever video was popcorn. But let's go ahead and get off of that topic. But the first video I've ever made with, well, Summer, well, I believe it's the Tristan Sierra sleepover thing, which was uploaded in 2022. I was at least 11/12 at the time. But let's just tell how we started our friendship. We started our friendship by, well, it was pretty self explanatory. I was just playing on my tablet. I had a tablet at first, by the way. And then I saw Summer Boyfriend's short. I saw one of Summer Boyfriend's videos. All his videos are deleted right now. So, there's not as much proof as that because he had curved all of his videos to get less backlash. But let me tell you, he uses the Summer Boyfriend portfolio from FNF, Friday Night Funkin', the summer mod, and he makes it cry, he makes it turn black and stuff out of depression and stuff like that, which was not as weird for me because I was 11, obviously, and we became awesome friends. Or what so I thought. We roleplayed every single day. And Summer just asked, well, similar questions. I didn't even know his age also. So don't blame me. I didn't know his age. So I started he also asked me like these nice questions like what is your favorite color? Yada 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 yada. And it was pretty amazing. But well, it started going downhill when Kayla came around. We, well, also during the whole entire summer of what I believe is 2021 to 2022, we had an amazing time on StreamYard. It went all the way from lives, so we decided to do lives of StreamYard. Let me go ahead and put proof of that. And it doesn't matter if it's 2022, 2021, it was at least in the middle of 2021. Let me go ahead and show you a slight slant of what we used to do. Of what we used to do. Oh my god. Let me turn the camera around.
Hey, bestie, look. Look at my face. Look at me.
Yeah, this is one of the videos. I kept it. For proof, obviously. Not gonna lie, I miss when me and Summer was friendly like this. But there's no turning back now. If I try to be back friends with him, and even if it works, he will just do the exact same onslaught because Kayla got him messed up in the head. Or he's still messed up in the head. He needs professional help. But these are just one of the videos. I have over, I don't know how many, but I have at least a quarter slash half of these videos. And then, well, we started actually having these cute little roleplays. But they started getting very weird, and I didn't found them as weird, which was the worst thing. I see myself as disgusting doing that. I see myself as disgusting. He started doing bellies touching and belly patting, and even as far as shitting. Yes, shitting. Omurashi type of shit. And I didn't saw it as disgusting. I was 11. I did not know any better. And I thought it was good. I thought them role plays were pretty good. He also went as far as to cheering me up, which was over him saying, "Look at my face" and stuff. But, well, that turned to a horrible turn when Kayla came around on what I believe was April/May on 2022. Because at the end of 2021, we were doing pretty amazing. But then, when Kayla came around, it came horrible. I think Kayla also had a channel called Froyo or whatever that is, and that channel was deleted. She deleted the channel. I'm sorry about that noise. I don't know what that was. But she done that channel. She made that channel because, well, she obviously didn't want any more backlash. And, well, she also decided to, well, ruin our relationship. Well, she also decided to ruin our relationship. Oh, crap. Wait, was my mic muted the whole time? Hold on. Let me see. Was my mic muted the whole time? I just want to see for a moment. Was my mic muted the whole time? Okay, it wasn't. But what was I thinking about again? Oh yeah, the Kayla shit. Well, Kayla was an amazing person. Or at least what I thought. She always helped us with our relationship and our and well, we didn't even win to our relationship, which is why I'm putting Crotons. It was more of a friendship. But then Kayla started putting it way too fucking far. As if to start shipping us. I don't have any of the posts because Kayla deleted her channel. But Luigi 2K8 has at least a few photos, so go to him if you want some proof. But also Kayla started going as far as to shipping us. To literally shipping us. And also, well, also shipping us in a marriage. And I didn't even know how old he was. But in 2021, in 2022, pretty much when Kayla was around, I asked Summer what was his age, because my cousin told me to. And surprisingly, he said he was fucking 22. Now, I didn't see nothing wrong with that, because I didn't know what the fuck that was. So, I just told Bree, and she said, well, I probably need to stop talking to him. But I was ignoring her, obviously, because I didn't know what that meant. Okay? Don't blame me for this. I didn't know what that meant. And 2022 was one of the worst years ever. One of the worst years ever with Summer and Kayla. Because then it went as far as to Summer apparently faking depression. Faking depression by putting these pics. I don't know what they are, but these gacha pics. These depressing gacha pics of himself on Discord. Yes, I had on Discord. There were so many. He did this so many times that I even lost count. Hold on a minute. Let me go to one of the proof posts because I no longer have that proof on my phone because obviously, well, I have a new phone, so I no longer have that. So let me just keep on scrolling through my posts. I'm sorry for this. Um, come on, pop up, pop up, pop up, pop up, pop up, pop. Come on, just pop up already. I'm sorry for the long wait. Just hold on a moment. There it is. He even started coaxing me to doing these. Well, he made me so sad and miserable that I literally started doing these depression role plays to cope with it. And well, Summer wasn't really at least not really happy with that. So he started getting mad at me and treating me as a boy toy. This is a Discord post that was pretty much from at least a year ago. Yeah, I've been through a lot in my life also. So he was just being a fucking jerk, apparently. And then Summer also went as close as to, well, ignoring me for absolutely no reason. Ignoring me. And it was making me very, very sad. Then he even gone as far as to making these um fake apologies. See, this is a fake apology that I got from one of my posts. No, I'm sorry, Skyfire, you can't join because I'm trying to do this last recap. But well, this is a post. No, this is a post that I made, back in, I believe, 2022. And that was apparently, and the time that he spends with me feels like magic, that's apparently a lie. He didn't mean any of that. And I knew that he didn't. We also went as far as to going on, well, these off camera stream yards, which have started to become horrible. Which started to become horrible. But also, it has also went, well, also, the posts had started all the way when I was with Summer. I started having posts, being able to post community posts. But he also made me, well, suicidal also, which was going way too far, way too far. He was going way too far. He was even, he, every time he ignored me, it felt like my life was over. He apparently manipulated me and treated me as his toy. Because what else would that do? That was making me like, he was making me like very, very fucking sad. So miserable, that every time I woke up, my heart was beating faster than a fucking drum. Because I was so worried about Summer. I was so worried. I was very caring about him. And I even went as far as to waking up in cold sweat. He was even being all depressed and everything. He was doing these depressive suicide traits to make others care about him more. And even going as far as to not responding to me for me to make sure that he's okay. And he was really stressing me out with all this. Also, this is when I started going into the explicit stuff, which goes with grooming and sexual exploitation. Child sexual exploitation, I believe. Viewers' discretion is advised for this one. If you don't want to get no sexual shit, if you don't want to hear about the sexual shit, then click off now. Click off now. But they started, well, when we started going into StreamYards that were off camera, and me and Kayla apparently appeared, me and Kay and me, and when I apparently go in, well, Kayla goes into the StreamYard calls and mostly rants on our relationship. Sorry about my foot. And then this is when it starts getting freaky. It also was getting freaky in one of those lives at the end. They were making me all freaky and stuff. I was not even supposed to be like that. And I hate myself for doing that because it was absolutely disgusting. Kayla started showing her body. Showing her body. Like, not the bottom half, but the top half, if you catch my drift. Also, Summer also showed his face, but not on one of my private streams. And there is no point in me leaking his face anyway. So, but he definitely looked 22. Let's just say that. And he also sometimes showed, well, when he also sometimes made me pat my belly so he could apparently, I don't know how to say this, but play with himself, if you catch my drift. And even showed the aftermath of it, if you catch my drift. Sometimes he would show the aftermath of it. And I wouldn't think of much of it, because I was young. I didn't know better. And this continued for a whole almost 2 years. for 2022 and 2023. They even went as close as to trying to make me do the exact same thing. But it did not feel good for me, and I was not comfortable with it either. I was feeling uncomfortable as soon as they even told me to show my body. They even started making me stay up all night, stay up all the way until 2 in the morning, 2 to 3 in the morning, even when I have to go to school, which was just another onslaught. I know that. I know that you're only watching pretty much because it's only nighttime. But this is just the last recap I'm going on. But back to what I was saying. Also, this they were also make me show my body and also sometimes play some audio from Five Nights at Freddy's that I'm super hot shit from that playtime that circus baby shit that that circus baby sexualized shit that circus baby sexualized shit and made me dance and tried to make me dance naked to it, which was absolutely disgusting as well, and also try to make me do that to cheer him up. So obviously they just wanted me for my body, man. They were not even supposed to date me because Summer was 22 and Kayla was 18. Also, well, that I don't think that's all. They also went. They also had went as far as to sexualizing my OCs, and even sexualizing, well, my object OCs as well, such as Faith, aka Forcier, would apparently make four, well, do unspeakable to her. And the same with Two and Tiffany and X and Xavier. He would do the exact same thing to those. He doesn't only sexualize those. He also sexualized my F and F OCs that I made by making so by just for an example, he would apparently make me roleplay as Emily, and then he would put Soul Boyfriend as his profile picture and try to speak as him, and then, well, they would do you know what. And that was absolutely disgusting. I can't even stop revolting at thinking about that. And also, when Kayla was there, Kayla would also sometimes play with herself as well. She wouldn't show it on camera, but I knew she was. And she wouldn't show the aftermath, but she would definitely be sounding like she's exhausted on the aftermath, which, of course, absolutely disgusting. I'm sorry, but I accidentally left. I I was trying to do an ear rape, but my mouth accidentally touched the camera. The other thing. I know I disappeared. But back to what I was saying. She'd also do they'd also do these fetish ass role plays when they'd, well, make my OCs tied up by the evil versions of themselves, and also get for us to save each other, which they do a whole lot of fetish on the tying up and shit, because they'd be like, hmm. Sometimes they would also add other characters. Yeah, I know it felt like a VHS. I mean, it wasn't even boring to me because I was young. Again, I didn't know better, and I thought it was like some type of. But also back to back to what I was saying. He was also going as far as to taking his anger out on me as well. I know, but also to when um yeah, and he'd also sometimes make my OCs also pregnant, also disgusting. And even went as far as to explaining LGBTQ to me, which I don't disrespect, obviously, but still, he explained it in a nasty way. He explained it in a nasty way. And also, he has also went as far as to trying to driven me from my family. Well, Kayla has, apparently. Kayla has went so far as to trying to drag me away from my family again, as well. Trying to drag me away at 16. And B Sizzle also had something to do with this, because he would also, well, try to get me away from my nana because of some stuff that I said, but well, I apparently, well, my nana was apparently disciplining me, but he thought I was he was, but he thought she was abusing me. So she started. So B Sizzle started, well, calling the CPS and trying to drive me away from my family, and also going as far as to when you're 16, we'll pick you up and take care of you when they can't even take care of themselves, which is why I did not even trust them. I don't know why I thought they were actually my parents or something. But also in 2000, I think back in 2023, it also went nice. I know that boyfriend guy. I know he has officially changed. But back to what I was saying. Well, he also started. Well, some summer sky drama had started as well. For some stupid reason. I don't know why it started. When it went to It's Your Boy Summer Sky Afton. Well, we also had drama with him. We also had drama between him and, well, Summer as well. Which I don't remember it, but I believe it was because, well, apparently, and also apparently Summer Sky Afton doesn't believe that Summer and Kayla are pedophiles, but but he doesn't know what they've done. I'm not even going to explain to him. But I believe it was something stupid. I don't remember. But no. I do remember. It was when Summer boyfriend tried to cheat on me, apparently, with Summer Sky Afton. I do have a lot to say though. Also, it went as far as to me almost. It also went as far as to me almost crying. Also went as far as to me pretty much crying on a live, and B Sizzle having to try to comfort me from the whole shit. Also, he started also being friends with Ninja behind my back when he was an absolute pedophile as well. That was absolutely betraying. But also, this is where the end of our friendship went, I believe. I told Summer not to get involved with any of the bullshit that Ninja said, but he did anyway, and then he blocked me, pretty much because of Ninja's bullshit. And also in 2024, I got driven back to him, but that shortly broke up again because obviously it didn't go out well. I went back to that heart beating and shit had went back when I went to him, and it was not a good feeling either. Also, Kayla had something called Michael Rockstyle, Rockstyle 17. She had a live channel that she would always do her lives at, which were also with cringe ass role plays, such as those tying role plays, those belly touching role plays, and even worse, sometimes those sex role plays, but off camera. But she deleted that channel as well because she didn't want backlash. And I get why, but she's obviously not going to get away with this. I don't know why nobody believes me. Because I have at least a bit of proof. And here's another thing. Here's another piece of proof. I know I played it before, but I'm just gonna play it again for you guys. This is the only thing that I got from the. This is the only footage that I got from one of Kayla's lives. Well, before she deleted it.
See, this is the exact why I have this problem. And I want to say it, but I'm too shy and scared.
He's shy and scared. Keep this in mind. He is shy and scared because he doesn't want to get exposed.
I just, it's just that, you know, I just can't, I have problems with, I just have problems with people this age, and
I just have problems with people this age. I just have problems with people this age. That also explains that he has a very horrible problem with minors that he also needs to get checked out. He has multiple mental issues, and I could just tell.
can't say it because they might get mad at me.
Who's they? My subscribers who believe me over you?
This is like I'm not going to do such things with money because they're gonna start complaining, and I have to do a lot of things to cheer her up because she can't do anything right.
The reason why you couldn't cheer me up, by the way, was because you were tearing me the fuck down. What did you thought that was going to happen? You thought I was going to magically see what to do right? And then you're saying, I'm sorry, girl, I'm sorry. You see, I had exhausting days at appointments, and the exhaustion rage has gotten the better of me. I don't think rage would do that shit. That happened to me almost every single day. And yes, I decided to respond to him after the whole entire ordeal. Stop pulling the exhausted card. And let me see if I have any more. No, I don't. I don't think I do. This is also my I believe this was also my alt account. And also, Alphonse was also right about Kayla, and Kayla manipulated me to hate him. by the way, as well. Alphonse FG. Um, let me see what else I have. Let me see if I got all of it out of the way. You know, to be honest, I really miss the role plays me and Summer used to have. That were all innocent, not weird, not sex, not any of that. Sometimes I wish things could be different. Also, he was also making my Thanksgiving, and my Christmas, and my Halloween the worst days ever. Because he wouldn't do, because one time he was sick, he didn't, because, so he couldn't do the Halloween role plays with me, which I'm gonna give him for that, because I couldn't really blame him, but but on Thanksgiving, I decided to get B Sizzle out of the call because, well, I wanted to actually talk to him, and then he was like, "Are you serious?" And I kept on telling him to calm down because I just wanted to talk to him, and I also told him that I would add him back. He also made me barely eat in Thanksgiving because he was stressing me the hell out. So I went to bed hungry as fuck because I couldn't enjoy my Thanksgiving dinner. And on Christmas, and on Christmas, one of those depression traps had occurred on Christmas, which was, I believe, when I'll send you it because I still have it. I still have Summer's username. Yes. So I'ma see. I'ma see what else. Um. Yeah, he also decided to put another depression trap in the on Christmas. Um let me just go all the way to it. It might take a minute because it was at least a year ago. Excuse me. Excuse me. He would also sometimes fetish on my burps. And here we go. These are one of his depression traps that I managed to share. And this was uploaded exactly on Christmas. So yeah, my Christmas was the worst. And also, February this year, he made my Valentine's Day the worst as well. Because I believe on 2023, I believe. No, hell no, it was on 2023. No, it was on, yeah, it was last year. I think at least this year. Yeah, it was this year. It was, no, it wasn't. It was on 2024, I believe. But he made it worse. He made it worse. He made it worse by acting all depressed and shit when I just wanted to go on a pretend date on him on StreamYard. Which still I didn't know better. Don't don't blame me for it. But um that's all I gotta say to you. That's all I have to say to y'all right now. But please, I don't care if y'all believe me or not. But that's all the proof I got for y'all. I can't show what would actually I can't show the actual images because they're on my iPad, which was has an Apple on it, but I have this tablet. I have this TCL tablet, and it's not on there. So unfortunately, Even though my first channel is on there, the links are not in there. And even if they were, I wouldn't be able to show the aftermaths. He also decided to make a specialized StreamYard for me. All that went down the trash. But he doesn't give a fuck. Also, I'm just doing this to spread awareness and and he has like over, I believe. Hold on a moment. He has 1,000. He has this many subscribers. He does not deserve none of those subscribers. He doesn't deserve it. I deserve it more than him. He doesn't deserve it. All he did was make cringe ass content. It even showed his belly fetishes on YouTube. But obviously, all of his videos are deleted. I can't show it. But it would show Claire's belly. But he would always show Claire's belly. And if y'all don't know, Claire is Summer's childhood friend. Imagine if the real Claire had scrolled through that. She'd probably be traumatized and disgusted as fuck. Or she would also get groomed like me, which would be the worst thing to think about. So, Claire, if you're watching this, the real Claire that has been with Summer, aka Joseph, and that has been with Joseph, if you have a YouTube channel and if you see this, I am very sorry. I'm sorry that you have to witness this shit. I'm sorry that you have to witness your childhood friend become a pedophile. That has got to be the most saddest shit ever. That is the most saddest shit I've ever thought of. Thinking of the friends that you've been with through the whole entire childhood has become a pedophile. Worst part ever. The worst thing ever. I missed when everything was normal. I missed when I was with Summer and that we actually had normal ass role plays during summer break. Normal ass conversations. Like, what's your favorite color? What's your favorite food? Have you eaten today? Blah blah blah. But instead, it has turned into the sexual suicidal shit that it didn't have to turn into. I also decided to try to cheer Summer up multiple times, and also, Kayla would also tell him to would also give him links to therapy, but he never fucking accepted it because he's just using those baits. He's just using depression baits. He's just using suicide traits to draw people in and to make people feel bad for him. And while people are calling me an attention seeker, the only reason why I haven't done it was because, my family always has stopped me. And I'm glad of my family for stopping me, or else I would have been dead and I wouldn't be able to tell y'all today. If it wasn't for my family, I probably would have been dead because of them. I'm not even lying. So please thank my Nana and thank my mom, because they're the ones that got me through this shit. So, that's pretty much all I have to say today. That's the whole entire story between me, Summer, and Kayla. And this is the last. When I say the fucking the last time I will ever talk about these niggers. Yes, I said the N word. I'm black anyway, so I can say it. This is the last time I'm talking about them. Facts. You won't be hearing about them anymore after this. I promise you, you won't. You will not. And anyone, if y'all want to confront them about this, please do. But I don't think they'll listen to you because they're stuck in their forsaken ways. Wait, did I? No, not the forsaken reference. But still, they're stuck in their stupid ways, and they're gonna stay that way because they're gonna continue to be all depressed and everything. They're not gonna change. They haven't changed. Unfortunately, no, they're not lurking on me, but I was just doing the whole exact thing of what Summer and Kayla have done to me, because I did not Because I kept on making all these lives of random thoughts that I had about them appeared in my head. Well, that was the whole entire story I said. So if you want to watch the whole thing, please do. But if you don't, that's fine. I'm not gonna force you. I know they won't. I know they won't, Luigi. But I will also gladly send Sonic the Dark Boyfriend Summer's username. Obviously, because I still have Summer's username. I'm just not talking to him anymore. And he's blocked. And he's staying blocked. But I'm keeping him just in case. We also used to have similar chats on Discord, obviously about sex. My character's having sex. Disgusting. Yeah. But that's pretty much it. That's pretty much the whole entire story I told y'all. And I hope that this never, ever happens to me again. Because this was a whole traumatic experience I had to go through. And the worst thing was I went through a whole entire charade at school when I was 10. And I started having depression at 10 as well because of public schools. So this pedophilia shit going on when I pretty much just turned 11 had just added salt and paprika to the wound. That's all it did, and it didn't treat me any better. Worst thing was, when I was 11, I was absolutely obsessed with roleplay, but I'm not anymore. And if you have anyone to blame them, because they're the ones who had completely ruined my roleplay. I can't even normally talk to people anymore. I barely can even be social to anyone because of them. They completely drained it out of me. And I'm trying to work on my social issues, yes. I can barely talk to people anymore. Unless they start asking me questions. And also because of them, they also caused me to be hypersexual too. And I'm still dealing with that. It's not as intense as before, but now that I'm 14, it's getting worse. Mm, I feel bad for you. But here's another thing. They also tried to engage me in lewd acts when I turned 16, which I'm glad I didn't last long into that, because they would have probably been trying to sneak into my IP address or something, and trying to get my address so they can so they can come here and drag me out of my family's house, which obviously I don't want happening. So that's all I have to say about them. I'm really sorry that I'm keeping y'all here too long, but that's it, really. But Sonic the Dog BF, I will give you the username to Summer, and yeah, I'll see you. I'll see you later. I'll see you all later. I just had to get all of this off of my mind and off of my chest so I could sleep tonight without those thoughts in my head. I used to have those freaky thoughts of my fictional characters, and I still am, but I'm healing from it. So, I'll see y'all either tomorrow or later on. And yes, CAF2 is still coming, but here's the thing, I have to start getting enough sleep, and I haven't been getting enough sleep due to the dent that they left in my brain. I'm used to staying up all night because of them. So I'm trying to get my sleep schedule a bit better. So I'll go ahead and end the live because I've been streaming for too long. And I will see y'all in the next live/video. Bye bye.